This stop is Broadway and West Houston Street. Next stop, Broadway and Broome Street. This stop is Broadway and Broome Street. Next stop, Broadway and Worth Street. This stop is Broadway and Worth Street. Next stop, Broadway and Chambers Street. This stop is Broadway and Chambers Street. Next stop, Broadway and Barclay Street. This stop is Broadway and Barclay Street. Next stop, Broadway and Cortlandt Street. This stop is Broadway and Cortlandt Street. Next stop, Broadway and Rector Street. This stop is Broadway and Rector Street. Next stop, Broadway and Morris Street. This stop is Broadway and Morris Street. Next stop, Narrows Road North and Fingerboard Road. Transfers available to S52, S79 SBS and S93 Limited. This stop is Narrows Road North and Fingerboard Road. Next stop, Narrows Road North and St. John's Avenue. Transfer available to S78. This stop is Narrows Road North and St. John's Avenue. Next stop, Steuben Street and West Fingerboard Road. This stop is Steuben Street and West Fingerboard Road. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Clove Road. Transfer available to S53. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Clove Road. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Old Town Road. Transfer available to Staten Island Railway. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Old Town Road. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Berger Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Berger Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Cromwell Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Cromwell Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Buell Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Buell Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Jefferson Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Jefferson Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Lincoln Avenue. Transfers available to S51 and S81 Limited. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Lincoln Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Coddington Avenue. Transfers available to S76 and S86 Limited. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Coddington Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Lindbergh Avenue. Transfer available to S57. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Lindbergh Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Tizons Lane. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Tizons Lane. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Guyan Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Guyan Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Montreal Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Montreal Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Buffalo Street. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Buffalo Street. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Bay Terrace. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Bay Terrace. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Keegan's Lane. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Keegan's Lane. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Hillside Terrace. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Hillside Terrace. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Nelson Avenue. Transfer available to S54. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Nelson Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Armstrong Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Armstrong Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Avenue and Highland Boulevard. Transfers available to S59 and S89 Limited. This stop is Richmond Avenue and Highland Boulevard. Next stop, Richmond Avenue and Coke Boulevard. This stop is Richmond Avenue and Coke Boulevard. Next stop, Richmond Avenue and Eltingville Boulevard. Transfer available to Staten Island Railway. This stop is Richmond Avenue and Eltingville Boulevard. Next stop, Richmond Avenue and Cotton Avenue. This stop is Richmond Avenue and Cotton Avenue. Next stop, Richmond Avenue and Barlow Avenue. This stop is Richmond Avenue and Barlow Avenue. Next stop, Eltingville and Transit Center. Transfers available to S55, S56, S74 and S84 Limited. This is the last stop. This stop is Eltingville and Transit Center. This is SIM1 to Eltingville Transit Center. A fare is required to ride.